Hey guys, I'm going to quickly go over my SSS1 run of the versus Dark Subjugation. So this season was the first time I got SSS1 on this particular one, mainly because I'm having issues surviving and I haven't really leveled any of the light DX weapons. So this first wave, I'm trying to use or get the most damage out of Gale using 2P's weapon as the main damage dealer on her. I will post a video later showing like an analysis of all of my subjugation teams, but I just don't like showing the subjugation and analysing the team in the same video. So really here I'm just trying to get to knockdown with as much attack buff as possible. So I'm at 50% attack buff now after using that book. The ideal scenario would be using Lacrima FFXIVX's character skill to get into knockdown, but I'm also happy to use Gale's to get into knockdown as well. And after using Gale's character skill there, I'm going to get into knockdown, use Baldy's skill and then 2P's character skill as well. So the next priority for me during knockdown is to get the first weapon skill with Gale off, because that does huge damage and receives a bold vigor buff as well. So getting pretty lucky with the auto attacks with Gale, which is why I kept resetting. Actually doing quite well on the damage front in this subjugation, but just having difficulty surviving the last wave. Just need to slab more characters. So I'm holding out to use this first weapon skill with Gale, which I'm spamming, and I managed to get it off. There was big damage there, nearly 10 million, which is nice. Fortunately, I lose my attack buff there before I can get the companion off. But that's alright, I'll just be using all my skills now to fill up the time. No one on my team's really at risk of getting downed, it's mainly just to get as much damage as possible off. I'm actually happy for the boss to use its buff slash debuff, because it will run out before he can do any major damage to my team in the second wave. He uses it that early. With 16 or 15 seconds left, that's fine. As I said, no one in this wave is really at risk of getting downed. I've made some good slab progress on Gale and 2P so they can tank that. So that's the first wave, 40 something million. I could probably get more damage out of it in the future. Just can't really be bothered at the moment to go for a higher score. Not until I evolve EX Theo's Fists anyway. So this second wave, I'm setting up with Lavania to try and get as much damage as possible out of my Final Fantasy Noelle. So as of this video, Noelle slabbed at 26% in the regular monument and nothing in the Curse God monument, so you'll be shocked at how much damage she can do with basically no slabbing. So I have to use Noelle's character skill here for two reasons. One, to get into knockdown in time, and two, to maintain her attack buff. What I'm trying to do is get as close to minus 10 defense as possible, and then get Noelle to plus 10 attack. I also want to get Lavania's character skill off during knockdown. So another attack buff for Noelle here, her weapon. So I'm at 60% with Noelle on attack. The boss has minus 30% defense, which is great. Still only at minus 30% defense, but after using Lars and Lavania's character skills, hopefully that goes to 100, which it does. So we have him at max defense break, and then after using the character skill, Noelle's attack is at 90%, which is fine. He manages to crit most of those, which is great. He's also coming in clutch with all the 5-hit auto attacks. If I time this wave properly, I can definitely get 2 character skills off with Noelle, given that I've ascended her to level 90 now. But I was getting sick of repeating attempts, as I usually do. I was just happy with a SSS1 score. So now just using all the abilities I can to stop the buff, which is actually very important before the last wave, given that a lot of damage is going to be coming out. I also wanted to set up for a second character skill with Noelle. Thankfully Noelle's animation's long, so she kind of stalls out that round for me. Alright, so we're at 82 million already, so we're looking very good for a SSS1 score. So final wave. I know I can get all 3 of these characters to survive with lots of RNG. But essentially, I couldn't be bothered this wave and I let Baldy go down. Spoiler alert. But what I'm trying to do in this round is just set up for 2 character skills from A2. Which I don't think I ended up getting on this wave. See, I'm running 2 healing companions. Basically because I'm just struggling to survive the wave. Just using all my weapon skills to fill up that knockdown bar. And then I'll be using the healing pod. 3 turns of healing. Which may or may not come in clutch, I can't remember. Okay, it did. Baldy would have gone down if he didn't heal there. So this is where I just hope I dodge or that he attacks A2. Oh, I managed to actually get my skills off in time. Which is pretty lucky. So just buffing attack as much as possible. Hopefully going to go into knockdown using the bald man's skills. Save all of A2's stuff for knockdown. And that's what we get, which is great. I probably could have waited for the companion. But I didn't want to risk it. This was like my 10th try or something of this wave. Just wanted to get it done. Once I level these fists, I'll be doing a lot more damage in this final wave. I think in hindsight I should have gone for the attack buff there, but I went for the heal in order to try to survive. But as you can see, that heal did nothing, like 16,000 isn't going to change much. Get my second character skill off with A2, which will take me very close to 100 million. As you can see, I get to 100 million, which is sick. I think I've only ever done that on the versus water subjugation. When you hit the 100 million mark, you're usually pretty safe to let one character go down. Maybe slightly more than 100 million. So at this stage I'm thinking I'm going to complete the wave even if someone goes down on this attack. And unfortunately, the moose targeted bald man and not A2. If he had targeted A2 there, I definitely could have got a 200% survival bonus. So just trying to fill up as much of the time as I can with skills. Managed to get the companion skill to charge A2's character skill up. And then it was a nervous 10 seconds here. But fortunately, the moose is buff loaded. And that stalls out the rest of the time. Or he can attack me again. So that's the end of the run. That third wave was definitely suboptimal. I don't think even if I played the final wave perfectly I could get SSS2 yet. Need to level Theo's fists. I also wouldn't mind getting a light buffing character like New Year's Leon. Alright, so 33 million out of Gale, very good. 10 million from Lavania and 2P, 24 million from Noelle and 16 million from A2. So good damage around the board there, really. Just that last wave could use some improving. So I'm now at SSS1 in 4 elements. Just fire to go. Catch you guys in the next one.